Former Detective Mike King joined us now. He's the owner of an investigative firm called Profiling Evil and host of the YouTube show of the same name. He's working on a book about his experience, and it's called Profiling Evil, an investigative memoir of the Zion Society cult. So, Mike, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. Wow.
So I know that we have to be socially distanced here, but if can y'all all see Mike?
I'm just gonna back up a little.
You at
I can
least
see him.
step up a little and say hi.
There, I'll just
at
say
least,
hi.
okay.
This is punishing to not be able to hug these beautiful girls.
I'm sure the same for them as well. So, Mike, this came across your desk 30 years ago. What did you think when you first read these accounts?
Holy cow, Doc, I was a property crimes investigator. I was running an undercover sting operation, and this incredibly brave woman walked in to the office and said, "Do you have a minute to talk to me? I've been involved in a cult that's sexually abusing children." And I tried to act casual, like I hear this every day.
Yeah.
And that launched us into one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had.
How did this affect you personally?
I was incensed. I don't know how any investigator doesn't associate with things they're experiencing in their own life anyway. I looked at my children who were similar in age. I couldn't imagine that this was even possible, that a parent would do this to a child. It just didn't seem possible, Doc.
After Shreeve was caught, arrested, and imprisoned, then people started coming forward supposedly at his direction.
We were fortunate in getting a full confession from him. The appeal that this would avoid the embarrassment of this going out, the fact that we had physical evidence, we had eyewitness testimony. I mean, we had solid cases against these people. And so for him to say to them, go in and confess, was a way to minimize what might happen in the public eye.
How do you guys feel about this gentleman right here that has done all of this work to bring this about?
We love Mike.
Well, very great. We
He's
couldn't be more grateful
yeah.
to him because who knows where we would have ended up had he not done what he did and
Exactly.
what our life
Another
would have been
3
like.
years, what would that have looked like for us?
As we said, this ultimately wound up with a prosecutor, and the prosecutor who handled this case says groups like this are difficult to crack. Former Weber County Attorney Reed Richards, who's joining us now virtually from Utah. Reed, thank you for being here.
It's good to be with you.
You guys worked really hard to piece this thing together.
Mike worked on it full time. I spent a considerable amount of time working on the case. There were some challenges involved here that normal cases would not have. Arvin Shreeve was a very well-known person in our community. It was mentioned that he was a landscape architect. He actually did the landscaping and land maintenance around the city county building and the courthouse. So he was very close to the judges, to the prosecuting office. All those people knew him. All the city officials knew him. And so to charge him with something, you had to be sure you had the evidence, because it was unbelievable the things that we were being told were happening.
Additionally, this group had purchased all of the houses in this area, which kind of made it into a compound. So they had control over that. So it wasn't like you could just kind of walk in to an isolated house. The whole neighborhood was involved in this, right?
And so it really took people that were in the group coming out to talk before we really had the information we needed to be able to take action.